Green beans should be really simple to get right, but a lot of recipes overcomplicate them. This leaves you treading the fine line between raw, undercooked beans with an almost grassy flavour, and overcooked ones with no texture. And chefs use long-winded methods to ensure perfect green beans every single time, but these methods are probably overkill for the home cook. So, I think I have a solution for all of this. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. One of the most asked questions on the internet is how to trim green beans effectively. So I'm guessing people don't like doing them one by one. This is a little tedious, so here's how I do it. 9 times out of 10, they'll come in a packet something like this. Hopefully all the tops are facing one way and the tails are facing the other. So I just carefully take them out of the packet, split the pile in half just to make it more manageable. Then I've got two options from here. I can either use my hand like this to get all the tops of the beans lined up, or I can use my knife. Either way works great. All this means is I'm not trimming off too much of the actual green bean. I'm just getting the top part. Now I can easily go through them and pick out any parts that don't look great. I don't trim off the bottoms because I don't think there's any need to. If you want to, then just do this same process for the tail end. And in my opinion, that's the easiest way to get green beans prepped. This is exactly how I do lots of portions in professional kitchens, and it takes me minutes. Speaking of, I'm going to quickly show you how I would cook these beans for something like a restaurant service or an event. So I've got a pan of boiling water, I'm adding a little salt, and I'm going straight in with the beans. I'm going to cook these for 3 to 4 minutes until they're al dente with a slight bit too much crunch in the centre. Once they've had their 3 to 4 minutes in the boiling water, I'm scooping them out and straight into a bowl of ice water. This shocks the green beans, immediately stopping the cooking process, and this is what helps to keep them super green. They only need to be in the ice water for 2 or 3 minutes, just until they're completely cold. So then, the pros, they're really green. I mean, compared to a raw one, it's a completely different thing. They're tender. They've got the tiniest bit of squeak, but that's good because they're going to get reheated when they're going to get served. So 30 seconds in a hot pan, they'll be perfect. And the cons, I mean, it uses lots of pans. The process is quite start-stop. You've got to cook them, then cool them, wait for them to be cool, and then you can use them again. So I don't know if that's the best thing for a home cook. And it feels a bit unnecessary because the only reason chefs do this is so they can guarantee that mass amounts of green beans will be green. You know, when you're cooking hundreds of portions, you kind of minimize your cooking time in the moment. So this gets you ahead of the game. But I'm at home and I don't need to cook mass amounts of green beans. So I don't think this method is for the home cook. So the cons far outweigh the pros in my opinion. And this method has only given me blanched green beans. They're not dressed or cooked with any aromatics, so this is only half a job. So, the big question is, can I get a better outcome with less time and cleanup? Well, yes, I think I can. So this time I'm going to use a frying pan. I'm putting that onto a medium-high heat to get started. Then I'm going in with around 10 or 15 grams of butter, and olive oil would also work very well. Following that, I'm going in with 1 finely sliced shallot. I'm going to let that cook for around a minute, just to start softening it. I'm not looking to get any colour in this stage. Once that's had its minute, I'm going straight in with my trimmed fine beans, and around a 50ml shot of water, then straight on with a tight fitting lid. I prepared the beans in exactly the same way as before. The only difference is I washed them before putting them into the frying pan. I didn't need to wash them for that first method I showed you because they were being cooked in a large amount of water and that did the cleaning for me. For this method I'm showing you now, they need to be washed before going into the frying pan. I'm going to leave them cooking in the pan for around 3 minutes, occasionally giving the pan a gentle shake like this, just to move around the ingredients inside a little. Once those 3 minutes have passed, I can take the lid off and continue cooking them. Now I'm over a medium to low heat. So by using the lid, I trapped in all the steam from that shot of water, and essentially this steamed my green beans. Now most of the water has evaporated, and I've got the tender but still crisp green beans that I had from cooking in the boiling water. It's all just happened in the frying pan instead, and I'm already building my layers of flavour with the shallots and butter. Now I'm going in with 1 clove of finely diced garlic. Keeping the heat on a medium-low, I'm just mixing that in. If your pan starts looking a little dry and the shallots are starting to caramelise on the base, like what's happening to me now, then you can just add a dash of water. This deglazes the base of the pan, cools it down slightly, and this helps the shallots and garlic to not overcook. This is why I love this simple method. It puts me fully in control. I just need to know the little details like the temperature underneath the pan, high heat or low heat, making sure the caramelization isn't going too far, and knowing when the beans are close to being cooked, which is really easy to find out because you just got to try one. So depending on how thick they are, they generally cook anywhere between 4 and 7 minutes, if you want a fresh, crisp texture without that grassy raw taste. Okay, so I'm about 4 minutes in. Just going to give one a try. 80% there. It's got a tiny bit of squeak still, so I'm going to give them another minute or so cooking. Okay, so once that minute is up, they're looking good, they're looking green, they're looking flavourful. Let's finish them off. So heat off, and zest a little bit of lemon in. Some cracked black pepper. So after 5 or 6 minutes of cooking, I've got a finished dish of green beans. They're bright green, seasoned, full of flavour, ready to go. What I love about this method is it's just so simple. It's really nice, it's really balanced, they're fresh, they're crunchy but not too crunchy. These are perfect. Most restaurants wouldn't take the time to do this to green beans fresh in the moment on service. This takes 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, whatever it takes, and they just haven't got time to do that. So they have to do the pre-blanch method and then toss in a dressing or something, which is still very nice, but this is better. So this is one that's unique for the home cooks. It's really good. And what I love about this method is you can apply it to any set of flavours. It's just using the same method structure. So next, let me show you a completely different direction to go flavour-wise, but using the same method. And just before that, a quick word from today's sponsor, Squarespace. Your website should feel like your brand, and with Squarespace, it will. Start strong with Blueprint, Squarespace's own AI-powered website builder. Just share a few details about your business and goals, and Blueprint generates a personalized site with custom content and stunning design. But what if you want to make it your own? Squarespace offers award-winning templates, drag and drop tools, and sleek styling options, so you can build something that's uniquely yours, no coding, no stress. And if you're selling anything, products, services, or both, your online store is already built in. Accept payments, track inventory, handle shipping and fulfillment, and create a smooth, professional shopping experience for your customers, all in one place. Whether you're just starting out or ready to scale, Squarespace helps you look sharp and sell smart with tools that will grow with you. Head over to squarespace.com/Ben Gossork to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain using the code Ben Gossork. Let's get back to the recipe. I'm starting exactly the same way with a large frying pan over a medium heat. This time I'm going in with a neutral tasting oil, letting that heat up for a moment, then following that with 2 cloves of finely sliced garlic. I'm going to cook that whilst continuously moving it around for 30 seconds. Then I'm going in with a teaspoon of dried chili flakes and letting them cook in the oil for 10 or 15 seconds more. Then straight in with the fine beans, the shot of water, and lid on. Same as before, I'm going to leave this pan on a medium heat to cook and steam the beans for around 3 minutes, occasionally shaking the pan just to get everything moving around. Once those 3 minutes are up, lid off and continue cooking the beans. Just going to keep cooking them. I can tell they still look quite raw. They're still squeaking on my teeth. And they're very crunchy, but they're delicious. Okay, so the second half of my flavouring this time is going to be a liquid. So I'm going to add it a little earlier than before. This flavouring step is a sauce made of equal parts light soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, sesame oil, and sugar. This is a simple balanced dressing, or glaze, however you want to call it, that's going to bring these beans to life and round out all the flavours in this recipe. And just keep cooking them. And remember, if things are starting to look like they're getting a little dry before the green beans are cooked, you've always just got a little bit of water you can add. This method is so straightforward. Notice they have lost a little of that vibrant green. This isn't because of overcooking or the method not working. They're still very fresh and crisp. It's just the acid in the vinegar attacking the chlorophyll in the beans and dulling that green colour. But for me, this is a no-brainer. The balance and flavour that the vinegar brings far outweighs losing a little of that vibrant green colour. Oh man, they smell incredible. They're glazed, kick from the chilli, sesame oil, garlic. What's not to love? Whilst they haven't kept their vibrant green, they got the perfect texture, they're fresh. It took 5 minutes to make. You could put this alongside a piece of salmon, some sticky rice, even just a piece of grilled chicken. Make these the star of the show rather than the protein or the carb. Man, they're so good. And that's my method for cooking green beans at home that I can tailor to suit pretty much any type of meal. Use this method structure and add your own flavourings to make it how you want it to be. And comparing these two dishes to the original blanched and shocked in ice water, very green beans, the first recipe is just as green, fresh and crisp, and the second has all the same textures, just without so much of the colour. But both of these recipes used one pan, took 5 or 6 minutes to be finished, and they're packed full of flavour. If you enjoyed this video, then I think you'll like this one as well, so go check it out next.